All right, what's up, everybody? We are back with the division breakdowns. This week we got the AFC North, of course. Steelers are up. So, I don't know. I think the Steelers are in a terrible spot right now with Big Ben coming back.
Yeah.
I truthfully believe. Those last games, 4 or 5 games this season, it showed what Big Ben's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to. That 11-0 was nice. But the defense was playing phenomenal. Big Ben was playing good, but you could just tell he's getting older. His arms not the same.
You give me those 4 wide receivers that look better than Big Ben.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Big Ben is Big Ben. He's beat up. He's hurt. He's older than the dirt that he stands on. I don't know what they're thinking. I have no idea why they brought him back. I don't even... I think they've been holding on to the idea of Big Ben bringing them to another Super Bowl for so long that they've just let it absolutely devastate their team. Their offensive line, the Pouncey brothers retire together, they lose their center. Honestly, I think Juju Smith-Schuster's a head case. We've talked about this before. He's gonna come back. Big Ben's old. James Conner doesn't run like he did.
James Conner's a free agent.
Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a free agent. They got rid of Bud Dupree. It's not.
Yeah, Steve Nelson they just released their cornerback.
Yep, you might why not start fresh? Why not start fresh? Why not maybe they draft a quarterback and they Eli Manning Big Ben and they just slowly just push him to the curb. But that's not what he wants for his last year. He wants to go out on skates of glory and to be loved and appreciated by Pittsburgh, which he will. They'll probably have the same feelings that New York did towards Eli.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I agree with you. I think they're in a bad place and kind of a hot take, but I think the Bengals might even be able to kind of pass them up in the division.
I agree. I think they will.
What about you, AJ? You love this division.
I love this. Steelers.
Yeah.
I love Big Ben coming back. I love James Conner leaving.
Wait, you love it? You
Yeah,
love those moves?
dude,
Because
yeah.
you're a Ravens
Hell
fan.
yeah.
I thought you meant you're in
Dude, this
support
is
of that. I was
no, I
what do you mean?
100% am in support of
Yeah,
it.
of course.
I'm loving it. Dude, I hope the Bengals are better. You know how funny that would be for me? I'm literally just going to be like, you guys are worse than the Bengals. We haven't considered the Bengals competition, the three of us, even, well, not the Browns, but Ravens
the Jets
and
have
Steelers,
always
man.
beaten them as well.
That's
So
what I'm
it's
saying.
literally, the Jets have always beaten them.
Ravens and Steelers are just the Bengals. It used to just be the Bengals and Browns fighting for the bottom.
Yeah.
Browns are coming up a little bit as the Steelers are declining, so I'm not mad about it at all. You know what I mean? I love it.
Let's touch on the Bengals a little bit. Building a nice young team, good additions in free agency. They got Joe Burrow, of course, at quarterback.
Coming off the knee.
Yeah, that's very true.
But,
I think they're on the come up, though.
Where he destroyed his knee.
Yeah,
That's
I got
definitely a
faith in
worry
him,
for me. It's definitely a worry for me,
They need to bulk up that O-line.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
They need, they need a lot of big boys around him to, we talked about this before in one of the episodes where it's you got the quarterback, you know that he's worth it, you know that he's actually got he's got a lot of potential in this league, now you build the line around him. Do you worry about the defense? And, they've made enough moves on defense, I think, to increase and to be better on the field. But like you said, it definitely comes down to the offensive line.
The offensive line, and they got to get him some more weapons now. AJ Green's gone too.
What the hell did AJ Green do last year?
They
Bro,
got
but
some
it's
good
still a
weapons.
body there.
T. Higgins and that's fair, but T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are good.
Tyler Boyd, yeah. Okay.
Joe Mixon's,
Right.
I'm not a fan
he's
of it.
injury prone, So what are you gonna? What did you get from him if you're gonna say that about AJ Green? Last year at least, he's very good when he's on the field though. But
they got another wide receiver too.
You're gonna say what's his name?
John Ross.
John Ross. He's not even there.
No,
anymore.
he's not there. He's
And
with the Giants.
he's trash, and I've been telling you that for a little while.
Yeah,
Keep
I'm
trying to
just
tell you
saying,
that.
he was a nice little speed.
No, I feel you.
He
No,
ran
no,
like
no.
4.224.
But at this point they gotta give him some weapons as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
A nice tight end.
Definitely the O line first though. Definitely the O line first, because
Yeah.
I'd rather him be healthy with no weapons than him get banged up again next year, another season-ending injury or something, and then bring the weapons in, but he's coming off 2 injury years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So definitely
and
bulk up the O line.
Just as a fan looking in from the outside, I want to see how Joe Burrow is. You know what I'm saying? A full season, healthy. And
I want to see him do
everything,
good. I like him. I want to see him do good. I was upset that he was even in the Ravens division when he got drafted because I'm like, I like this guy. I don't want to have to hope that they don't get that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope he's good as a player. I hope he has a great career. But I hope the Bengals
Yeah.
stay where they are in general. But yeah.
Yeah, no, we shall see.
They got a chance. They got a chance for sure.
And then let's talk about your Ravens a little bit.
Yeah, lay it on.
How come they ain't dip into the wide receiver one pool, dog?
Dude, man,
What are they doing
man.
here?
Well, money was tight, to an extent.
I guess.
But what they need to do, and they still have the opportunity to do, is we got to get rid of one of our left tackles, and it's going to be Orlando Brown. We're going to keep Ronnie Stanley. So we got to find somebody that wants Orlando Brown, that has a receiver that we want. Trade him to the Bears. Go, you know the Bears. They want to protect their QB1 as well. They got Andy Dalton.
That's
that's
not
what I mean.
a bad
You got to
idea.
protect Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
He's QB1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we trade him there for Allen Robinson. The Jags want to protect Trevor Lawrence. Pretty boy's coming to town. Sunshine.
Who are you taking for that from them now?
What's his name?
Chark?
DJ Chark.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm actually I'm
You
a
know what I mean?
fan of that of trading him to the Bears for Allen Robinson.
Me too.
Oh,
Man.
yeah. No, but that's actually
They
I
should've
didn't
did
think
that
about
a
that
while
trade.
ago.
That's actually a great trade.
Yeah, they should have did it
That
a
would
while
be
ago.
that would be really good.
I hope that's in the works, or they're thinking about it. If not, they need to trade up and get one of the top receivers. Yeah, I mean, we have to get a receiver. Got to fill a couple pieces on the defense as well. But dude, I know, man. I don't know why we didn't tap into the receiver market one way or another. You know, we could have found a way. Even like a Nelson Aguilar or something I wouldn't have been mad at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just getting somebody in there that's gonna be able to produce, that shows that they can play consistent amount of plays, like drive after drive after drive, consistently run their routes well. Like, you know what I mean?
You had Sammy Watkins in for a visit.
Yeah.
But he left with no contract. But now he's heading to Indy.
Yeah, but it's it's possible because Indy just brought T.Y. Hilton back,
yeah.
so they might not want to offer as much for another receiver now at this point, now that they locked him up. So it's possible. I wouldn't be mad at Sammy Watkins either, but we need somebody better than that anyway.
Honestly, I think you guys need like a Julio Jones type. Like
you need a big body.
Like that,
That's what you need.
exactly.
You need
A big body wide
yeah.
receiver, like a guy who's 6'5".
Dude, DJ Chark is pretty big, isn't he?
He's like
I think
6'4",
that's a good
6'5",
call. And Allen Robinson is a possession guy. You know, he's not that
100%.
big,
That's
but
why
he's
I
gonna
like
go
the
up
Allen
and get the
Robinson.
ball.
He's gonna come, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But I think that also helps you guys out too, because then although I'm not crazy about Hollywood Brown, right? I don't think I think he was a bust compared to what you guys wanted.
That's what's going to benefit him.
Exactly. Yeah. You put a big wide receiver and you allow him to be that speedster.
Then he's fine. Right?
Yeah.
He's not a wide receiver one. I mean, not right now, at least in his development. Not right now in his development. He has potential to be.
You guys still got Mark Andrews too, but Mark Andrews, he's
fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of letting me down, especially as like the red zone target. Last year.
Last year he didn't have a great year last year, even before the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, in general. But
he had a couple games where he had 2 touchdowns each in the game.
Yeah, he's good for those. You know what I mean? He's good for those. But last year he had a lot of drops compared to usual, and just wasn't creating as much space as he usually does. I feel like it could have been based on the offense not having the weapons on the outside, so they're able to key in on Mark Andrews. So there's a lot of factors that go into that as well. But yeah, I mean, our secondary's fine. We brought everybody back. We lost a couple pass rushers. We got to figure out that left tackle trade with Orlando Brown. And we need a receiver.
And you got to find somebody to fill in for him when you trade him, Orlando Brown.
Well, we got Ronnie Stanley.
Yeah, but then
but that's left side, but who's playing right now?
Yeah.
We had the guy that came in to play right.
Very true.
But the issue is Orlando Brown just doesn't want to play right tackle anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Once he switched to left tackle, he was like, this is what I was destined to do. So our right tackle isn't a problem. You know what I mean? We had an abundance of really good tackles.
Yeah, I completely forgot he came in and played last year. Played good.
So, love your guys running backs. Love J.K. Dobbins. Love Gus Edwards.
Yeah, I feel like we could get another. We could get another. Like pass catching, kick return specialist type of running back.
Man, he wasn't me or last year. He had like stone hands. He dropped a lot of passes.
He's never been a good pass catcher. I think he actually did pretty well, better than I expected last year with that. He caught some in the right times. When we really needed it.
Drops them when you really needed it.
Yeah, that's true.
Can think of a couple.
Gus Edwards is solid, but I feel like we need like a pass catching, kick return, punt return specialist kind of running back.
I feel
that we can just throw in on third down to get a play, work with Lamar in that option type of thing. But J.K. Dobbins and Gus, I love them. I love them just running it up the middle. You know what I mean? And we might want to go get a tight end too in the draft, just to fill in because we lost what's his name, a tight end
Hayden
last
Hurst.
Yeah, Hayden Hurst, and then one of the other ones went down. And once the other guy went down, we were kind of a little screwed in that because we run the tight end heavy sets and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I actually wish the Ravens had the money to go out and get like one of the Patriots tight ends, the Jonnu Smith or the Hunter Henry. That would have been nice too.
Yeah,
I think about it.
Huge.
But yeah, I think the money was the biggest issue. So I think we got to leverage that Orlando Brown situation and get a receiver out of that, or leverage it in the draft and go get a receiver.
Sure, fair points.
I think that's the best things the Ravens can do. I trust Lamar to do his thing as long as you give him some pieces to work with. The defense is going to be there, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's
I
move
think
right
they
along.
win the division. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I agree with that as well.
I feel like you're going to go with the Browns.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
So we'll move
go
into
ahead.
the Browns now.
Yep.
Who are actually trying to load up on the defensive side of the ball this offseason with some great signings. John Johnson, Troy Hill. They actually brought in Clowney for a visit today as well. Great run defender. Leave him out. Yeah, and I think in the draft they could load up on some younger linemen as well as another receiver. Whether they trade OBJ or not, I know there's rumors have floated around for the last few years, but whether they trade him or not, grabbing some extra weapons wouldn't hurt either. So, yeah, you know.
So I mean, basically the way I see it is that they did enough this offseason to kind of contend to be number one in that division. Now, will they be number one? They definitely got to work for it. But I liked the last little run that they had at the end of the year. I liked how they went into the playoffs. You know, they kind of handled their business. I called them beating the living snot out of Pittsburgh, and that was just
that
beautiful.
was one of the best calls.
Yeah,
it was
the world told me I was crazy. But
I think that was one of the best calls of this show so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna definitely have to clip that one day and like put it with what the results.
Yeah.
You know, we know what we're talking about over here.
Dude, not just that though. I like how the Browns have been drafting. I love how they've been drafting the past couple of years. I know they've had a change in GM, but the new one that they have, he's just as capable of being able to fix issues in the positions that they have. One thing I harped on about the Ravens was that I loved your running back duo. There's not a better running back duo than what the Browns have. You can't tell me anyone beats Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I don't care. I'll argue that until I'm blue in the face.
Hey, Kareem Hunt would have healthy a full season.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And let's be real here. They needed.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of somebody.
You're thinking of better.
I'm really trying to I'm trying to give at least an argument. You know what I mean? But
I think the only other people who you could argue is
yeah.
probably like the Saints, if you want to count Latavius Murray.
I was thinking
a couple good
not
games
even on that level.
Bro, I was almost thinking like the Bucks were the next best.
Yeah, they have a pretty good one. Ronald Jones and.
Then you
I don't even like them.
Then you got the Chiefs.
The Chiefs have 3, and the 2 Williams aren't really that good.
Le'Veon
Damian Williams just signed with the Bears, actually.
Yeah.
But
yeah, basically that's.
Yeah,
Packers,
they're
maybe?
definitely number one.
Packers maybe?
Ooh.
No.
When they,
Stop
It's
that.
not up there.
Williams?
No, it's not up there. But I'm trying to figure out who
but-
else is like in that conversation. You know, that's what I was talking about.
I mean, dude, there's a bunch of teams. You could have even
'Cause I don't
added
think it's close.
Last year, you could have even added Denver in with Ingram and Philip Lindsay if you really
but
wanted
still,
to.
Yes.
you know,
It's not on the level
But
of
there's
that,
nothing
though.
like that. Exactly. That's what I'm getting
they got
at.
something
In
different.
conclusion, Hunter is correct.
Coming full circle.
Yeah,
Coming full circle.
Hunter's correct.
The thing that I really need from them really is so they have Jarvis Landry. He didn't look that good last year. Let's be realistic. He's better when OBJ's on the field because OBJ takes away all that attention. Now, if both of them stay healthy, that's a hell of a duo that you have screaming down the sidelines. With their tight end, they have Austin Hooper, they have Njoku, and they have a third guy who's slipping my mind right now. But these guys are going to start getting a lot more open if they continue to try and get things like Baker rolling out more, throwing it on the run. He's perfect throwing it on the run. He does a hell of a job. I think he actually throws better on the run than he does in the pocket.
Yeah.
And that, it's all this play action passing they have to get to. And guess what? They have the 2 running backs to set up their offense. Now, their defense has holes. They're not the best defense in the world. But I think their defense is special enough or good enough to stop teams that they need.
I think they got better.
100%.
Which is all they needed, yeah.
What I saw from free agency with those signings, that's exactly what they needed to help.
Yeah.
Now in the draft, I wouldn't be surprised if they got like another kind of middle linebacker or another edge rusher.
Yeah.
I think that would help solidify it a lot more for him. But other than that, the Browns are a very solid team. It's just up to how they decide to play. You see the Browns in some games where they're confident. That game against Tennessee that they had last year, where they smacked the living crap out of Tennessee.
The Steelers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, both of those, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they're on a roll, and they're unstoppable. But then you have games like the Chiefs. Like, now, I'm sold on the idea that they didn't think that they had a chance against the Chiefs. And it showed because once Pat Mahomes went down, they were all like, oh, my God, we have a chance.
Yeah.
And they didn't capitalize. Now, if they play like that, yeah, they're not going to win. But it's a younger team that's only getting better in age, if we're all being realistic here. So I mean, with maturity, with age, I think that they actually have a run to try and either win this division or maybe take second. But I think they have a good chance. So
what you got, Russo?
What's up?
I can hear my cat drinking water. Just gulping that down.
I thought you were laughing at something he said.
Nah. But back to your other
thirsty.
question. So, who you guys got taking the division then? You got Ravens. I think the Ravens as well.
I got Browns.
Browns.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll admit I'm a tiny bit worried. I'm a tiny bit concerned.
I would.
I'm not worried. Oh, that's the wrong word. I'm a tiny bit concerned with the Browns. They're making some moves. You know what I mean? I've been.
They ain't the same Browns anymore.
Look, all I know is every time you guys say that to me, when you guys say that and you guys are confident and you guys are picking the Browns, it goes the opposite way.
Yeah,
that's how it's
happened on multiple.
You know what I mean?
occasions,
Last year, you guys kind of toned it down with the Browns. So you guys like, oh shit, like, you know, we were wrong last year. And then what happened? They had a pretty decent season. Baker was balling out. I don't know, man. I have to feel like you guys jinxed the Browns a little bit.
No, get out of here with that.
I'm hoping you do at
I've been a
least. You know
fan
what I
from
mean?
the jump.
I'm gonna run with that.
I've been a fan from the jump.
Yeah.
I truthfully, listen, if it's honest hour right now, I thought we were going to get Baker in that draft instead of Sam Darnold. So I was a huge Baker fan going in. And I do wish.
Damn.
But either way, Baker would have turned out to be a bust if he was in the Jets situation. So don't any quarterback ever in the history of the NFL would turn into a bust with Jets situation. 100%.
I don't know about that.
Name me one quarterback that would turn that situation and go Adam Gase.
Tom Brady.
No.
You don't think?
No.
I don't think there's this. I agree with Nick. I don't think there's a single quarterback you.
Yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Anyone. There's no running back. There's nothing that could have helped that
Tom
team
Brady,
whatsoever.
bro.
I don't think Tom
I give
Brady.
a lot of credit to Bill Belichick for nurturing Tom Brady into being the animal that he was.
All right.
That's just a me thing.
All right, that's fine. Well,
Are
I'm
we
saying
talking,
saying him going now. I'm not saying him starting there, being there his whole
Yeah,
career. I'm saying if
okay.
he went last year, I think he could have like did some things. It wouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, maybe it could have turned out different because maybe they would have spent the money last year. You know
Bro,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
just
'Cause we had
saying
Tom
he
Brady.
would go in there
I
and make
don't
those
know.
players play better and win
I think
some
you would have
damn
had a better
football
chance of
games.
seeing God.
He
I
would
don't
he
think I have a
would have
chance
won
of
some
program
damn
around.
football games, man.
It's a fair point. We're getting a little off topic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what, that'll wrap it up for the AFC North, fellas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
all right.
Let's go Ravens.
Browns
Yes.
taking the division.
Check out the
Yes,
other
sir.
ones too. We'll have this in a blog as well. Check out the other divisions that we've done so far. I think we've done like 5, or 4 or 5.
Four of
This is
them.
either the
We
fifth
got
or the
AFC and NFC East. And
Yeah.
then we got AFC and NFC West
So
out
this
right
is
now.
number 5.
Yep, this is number 5.
And then we'll have the NFC North coming up with the Packers, Vikings,
Yeah.
Bears,
Very
and
soon.
Lions.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Keep an eye out.
Stay tuned.